Next, Marty Duckenfield with the National Dropout Prevention Center at Clemson University speaks with Elaine Fahrner, who heads a non-traditional program that has helped hundreds of young people earn degrees.
I've just come from the 2012 NDP and Crystal Star Awards Luncheon, and we have been honoring individuals and programs for excellence in dropout prevention. And the person I'm going to interview now was truly inspiring at the luncheon, I have to tell you. Elaine Fahrner, who's the principal of the Simon Youth Academy at Old Cockrill, which is in Nashville, Tennessee. So part of the Metropolitan Nashville Public School District. So first of all, Elaine, congratulations for your award, and tell us how you got to be at this particular point in your life where this all these wonderful things are happening there in Nashville.
Well, you know, like I told him, it took me 30 years, but I finally found my niche. It's an interesting story. I've always been in middle school, and due to some rezoning issues, my middle school was going to be closing in May of 2009. And we got Jesse Register was our new superintendent. He came to us in February, and he came up to me and he goes, "You know, I think I want you to start a school for me." And I thought, okay, what is it? Well, it's for 17 to 21-year-olds that have dropped out. And I said, okay, but I don't know much about high school. And he said, no, I think you're the right one for the job. But I'm going to bring this guy up named Bill Warren, who did the same thing for me when I was superintendent of schools in Chattanooga. So I'm going to pull him out of retirement. I'm going to bring him up here, and he's going to work with you. And I thought, well, okay, fine. So I was officially announced principal June 1st, and we opened our doors August 14th. And our first graduation we did 61. We had a December graduation, and it was fabulous, and almost all of those kids had already dropped out. And we feel at our school, and at any other non-traditional school you have to accept what those kids bring to you every day. And sometimes it's not pretty, but you work with them. And we focus on acceptance, recognition, and a sense of belonging. Those three things that make us who we are. And everybody has total buy-in. I have the best faculty, I have the best staff, and I have delightful students. When we started, there was just going to be our school. And then Simon Youth said, hey, wait a minute, we've got some space over there in the new Opry Mills Mall. We'd like to start a school on the east side. So then Simon Youth came in, so we had Opry Mills on the east side and Old Cockrill on the west side. We had those two schools for 3 years and have graduated over 1,050 kids, of which 95% never would have gotten a high school diploma. So we go from kids that have dropped out. So now word's getting out. And so now we're talking to kids who are still enrolled in high school but might not graduate in time. So then we bring them over. And then it's kids, you know, that just don't fit into the tradition. I call them my little square pegs. They just don't fit into the traditional high school setting. Can I come over there? Sure. Come on. So we have an eclectic group. We take kids from all over Davidson County. We have them coming from private schools. We have them from our academic magnet schools that decide they'd like to come over with us because we offer a competency-based, self-paced curriculum to where they can work at their own speed. And when they finish their required credits, they're done. I mean, we had somebody this year that just needed Algebra 2 in the spring. And they went to a morning class. They were there 5 weeks, and they're done. So it's fun. We have a revolving door. As soon as one leaves, we've got another one on the waiting list to call. You can't drop through the cracks there now. There is some place for everybody to finish and get their diploma.
You know, how can you not be excited about the accomplishments you've had? And as I listen, I hear so many components of success that other communities and schools could learn from. And the first thing I heard was the notion of relationships and how important that is. That's obviously a really strong piece. Secondly, I see that you're recovering students that other people have given up on and giving them hope and giving them an avenue for success. But the leadership is what counts, and you have provided that leadership. And that is why you are being recognized for this individual award. But don't you think there are other leaders out there who can do this too, Elaine? Can you inspire them right now? Here's your chance.
I don't know of any better thing that every day when you wake up, you can think, you know what, I get to give hope to somebody today. It's not an us against them thing. And I guess it's what your philosophy is, but I think the purpose of a school is to make your community a better place to live. And you do that through educating the kids. You do that through helping them be productive citizens. And it's a win-win situation. But if you go in to think it's us against them thing, it's not going to work. We are no frills. It costs less than $800,000 to do our school. And the same for Opry Mills and Hickory Hollow, each one of them. It's less. I think the last time I looked, benefits, everything, it's $800,000. But yet, the Academy at Opry Mills was the 6th highest high school in awarding diplomas, and we were number 7 out of 23. So, your key is your staff. You've got to have people. I have to share one little story with you. I had somebody come in, and a lot of people want to come work for us, and we just don't have openings. And I was adding a position, and this person came in, and truly I went to the classroom. They were fabulous. Content-wise, presentation-wise, it was great. But then he asked me, how do I support teachers after they've written a discipline referral? And I was like, we don't have discipline referrals here. And he kind of looked at me, and I said, dude, you won't find one in the building. Because my thing is, it's a one-dimensional person that feels the need. That tells me that you need to work on your skills on building relationships with kids. And that's it. If the kids feel like they're loved and that people care about them, it's amazing what they can do. And these are the ones that have been, written off. You look at their transcripts, you think, oh my, they don't have any sense. But when you get them in and they feel comfortable and they feel like people really want them to succeed, it's amazing how bright they are. And I tell them all the time, you're a lot smarter than you think you are. I do tell people that what makes us successful, what helps these kids, what helps your community, cannot be measured with a number 2 pencil and an answer sheet. It just can't be done.
Well, I think a lot of people need to have their eyes open about what these options are for these students, whether it's recovery or accelerating them so they graduate. There's so much to be learned that there's not a cookie-cutter approach to dropout prevention, to school success, to graduation, to success in life. And you're proving that in Nashville. So Nashville not only has great music, it has a great bunch of schools there, and Elaine represents that and has done a fantastic job, and no wonder you're the winner. Congratulations again, and thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much.
This is Marty Duckenfield with the National Dropout Prevention Center.